Due to various reasons that are still being investigated, assumed to be a leak that happened on 26th of July in the afternoon, the makers of Mimi were compelled to release their film earlier so that they can get ahead of such attempts at piracy. While it is sad that the film could not get a promotional run, here we are surprised to see this early delivery and ready to talk about the Lakshman Otekar directed film Mimi starring Kriti Sanon, Pankaj Tripathi and Sai Tamhankar in lead roles. The film is a remake of the very popular and impressive 2011 film MALA AAI VYACHYA, or I Want to Be a Mother, that also won the national award in the same year. This 2021 adaptation focuses on Mimi, a popular dancer in Uttar Pradesh in 2013, who has aspirations to become a part of Bollywood one day. She gets approached by an American couple who are mesmerized by her and want her to help them in the process of surrogacy. Taken aback by the strides taken by science and that such things were possible in return for a huge sum of money, Mimi, played by Kriti Sanon, takes the plunge, only having one goal in mind, that she will move to Mumbai immediately after finishing this term. The complications that follow as the American couple leaves prematurely, leading to Mimi having to figure out life, and the setbacks that she will face forms the storyline of the film. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the movie so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch it on Netflix or not. The underwhelming aspects. The trailer. My biggest pet peeve about the promotional marketing campaign of Mimi is how much they did reveal in the trailer of the film. I had joked about it once that trailers these days should be considered to be movie summaries at this point, as it reveals so many key plot points of the film that it actually takes away from the movie-going experience. What I just want to reiterate is that to assume that people are already privy to the original Marathi film would be delusional, as it is a very small portion of the population that actually goes out of their way to see the original films. So trailers of even remake should still keep major beats of his screenplay as a mystery, even though this is not a crime thriller. Close to 1 hour and 12 minutes of the film goes as is expected because we already knew what would happen through the trailer. The excessive use of background music and sound effects. I may be coming across as an individual that constantly repeats this point, especially when it's regarding films that have comedic gags, but there is a massive over-reliance on the background score and sound effects to double down in making you understand what the mood of the scene is in Mimi. The film boasts of some hilarious dialogues and some genuinely convincing performances, and there should be massive faith that the creators should have on both those aspects to do enough, and even more to impact the audience. Whether it be the dramatic moments or funny dialogues, each mood is compensated with a long-running background music just to make sure you get the point of what the general mood of the scene is. The music transitioning in ebbs and flows is one thing, but to assist it in basically every scene, I found it to be rather excessive. The good. The interesting A.R. Rahman album. I was surprised when I got to know that A.R. Rahman has composed the music of this film. I'll come straight out of the trenches and tell you, it definitely isn't A.R. Rahman's most memorable work, but it has a very unique texture that actually elevates the overall impact of a film like Mimi. While Hututu, Yani Yani and Phuljadiyon I personally found a bit underwhelming, it is the other songs that have really stayed with me for some odd reason. Param Sundari, sung by Shreya Ghoshal, is actually beautiful to the ears, as well as exquisitely choreographed by Ganesh Acharya. The visual grammar doesn't come across as crass in any way, and Shreya Ghoshal's angelic voice really does stick with you. Choti Si Chiraiya, sung with the aching voice of Kailash Kher, and Rockabye Baby by Julia Gartha and Khachta Rahman add a much needed soul and personality to this film. However, hands down, Rehai De, sung by A.R. Rahman, is my favorite from the album. What is it about A.R. Rahman's voice that it takes you on a different dimension, perfectly encapsulates the turmoil of a character? The dialogues. I was actually surprised on how much I enjoyed the dialogues written by Rohan Shankar. The screenplay that has been adapted by both Lakshman Otekar and Rohan from the 2011 film, written, produced and directed by Samruddhi Pode, is actually quite impressive. If you have actually seen the original film, this 2021 adaptation is a very praiseworthy attempt at least coming close to the magic of the original source material. Of course, the personality, motivations and characters have been altered, but the essence of the bond of anyone that bears a child in their womb is portrayed with conviction. Whether it be Pankaj Tripathi's character playing music according to the mood of the people around him, Kriti speaking to the Bollywood posters in her room being nothing but wide-eyed of the several possibilities that lie ahead, or the analogies created in the process of surrogacy. The film is absolutely packed with Bollywood references that don't come across as forced, but actually what an aspirational actor from a small town would connect with. So whether it be Farah Khan's triplets, Shilpa Shetty's body post-delivery, or the ageism that exists for Bollywood heroines, the dialogues actually are seamless and surprisingly hit the right note. The first versus the second half. You know what's crazy about most of the films that I've spoken about in 2021 is that I've actually complained the most of the second half of the film and how messy it is for creators to formulate the best way to conclude a story. So whether it be the recently released Chauda Fere or even the big releases like Jag Mein Thandiram and Haseen Dilruba, creators have always found it an issue on how to wrap things up. It's actually after a long time where I've seen a film where the second half, especially in its last half an hour, stands out as the film's best quality. You might experience that the same gags are being stretched in the first half, but you will experience being absolutely invested emotionally in this film's last half an hour. If you have seen the original film, you do know how heartbreaking its conclusion was, especially the journey taken by Samruddhi Pode to reach there. The conclusion has been altered in this case, not being as emotionally charged as the Marathi film, but it still grabs hold of your attention, so much so that I was actually cursing at the screen, especially at the American couple. Do tell me whether you were as frustrated as me. You know, when you're disliking characters so much so that you're cursing at the screen, you know then the film has successfully grabbed hold of your attention. Mimi does so, and the adaptation by Lakshman Otekar and Rohan Shankar needs to be appreciated. The supporting cast. The most refreshing quality about Mimi is that they have cast the American couple really well. Aidan Whittick and especially Evelyn Edwards put forth really emotional and resolute performances. I don't know what it is about foreign actors in Indian films, but they always put forth some of the most unconvincing performances. A combination of the talent that is brought and the cardboard-like dubbing to assist them. However, in this case, both the actors really feel a part of the world of Mimi. It was also so lovely to see Sai Tamhankar in a commercial, fully advertised and promoted Bollywood movie. An absolute natural in front of camera, she provides the support and strength to Mimi that any individual would crave for in a friend. A friendship that goes beyond the conservative confines of religion and strictly is about two souls connecting with one another. Veterans like Manoj, Pahwa, Supriya, Pathak put forth great performances, and the little kid encapsulates the innocence required to further communicate the bond between a mother and son. But it's Pankaj Tripathi for me who melts my heart yet again. This man is such a national treasure. There were so many moments where Pankaj Tripathi emotionally drew me in, whether it be him pleading to the American couple to rethink their decision, or him playing along as the people in the society ask him on how he produced such a beautiful child. There is an innocence and vulnerability showcased by the actor that will just win your heart tenfold. The interesting case of Kriti Sanon, the actor. See, if you technically look at it, Kriti had really big shoes to fit in when you are privy to the emotional performance of Urmila Kanetkar in the original Marathi film. The actress had totally won over the masses and critics with her sheer dedication to the role of Yashoda. Kriti has probably showcased the best performance of her career, exceeding even Bareli Ki Barfi. Even though her accent oscillates here and there, and in the emotional moment, especially the big confrontation scene with the American couple, I still felt that she could have given a little more. I won't discount the fact that Sanon has dedicated her heart and soul to the role of Mimi. The actor has always got the short end of the stick, people just considering her to be a pretty face. Similar to the experience that Deepika Padukone had before she impressed audiences with movies like Cocktail, Piku and Tamasha. I think Kriti's performance as Mimi should be enough for creators to acknowledge that this is a real talent and not just a beautiful face for commercial cinema. The fact that the actor is all lined up for Adipurush, people will have more faith that she will do justice to the big canvas of that film. Mimi is a sincere adaptation of a beautiful Marathi film. This one will especially emotionally draw you in its concluding moments. I would highly recommend you give it a chance and check it out on Netflix. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.